Hello, friends. I'm Nicole Song, and this is the School of Self Worth. Welcome back. Today, we get to talk about a topic that can sting, truly, especially when you feel like you've done everything you're supposed to. So, this one is a super good one for any high achieving woman, but especially for Asian American corporate leaders who have struggled to get recognized and to really own their authority at work. I'm going to share a tool that has made a huge difference for me and so many of my clients. So, stay tuned for that. And before we get started, if you are a high achieving Asian American corporate leader who's been passed over for promotion and wants to nail the next promotion cycle, DM me promotion to at Nicole Song on Instagram, and I've got something over there for you. Okay, friends, let's dig into this juicy conversation. Hi, everyone. So today we are looking at a topic that can really hurt. Like this one can go to the heart of everything about who you are and how you feel about your life. And that is that moment when you are passed over for promotion. We could also fill in the blank here for other challenging moments like when you didn't get the job or when someone broke up with you, etc. But being passed over for promotion can be particularly difficult, especially if someone else around you got the promotion and doesn't really seem like they're any more qualified than you and might in fact even feel like they're less qualified, doing less work than you, and then they still got the job and the raise. And you were like, what the hell? Like, what is going on here? And you might go into this space where you're like, what's the point? Like, why am I working so hard? Why do I even do this job? I'm putting all my energy into this. I give it my all. I am executing with really incredible work, and they are not paying attention to me. They're not even noticing me. They're not giving me the acknowledgement with the raise and with the promotion. And then, so not only that, like you might feel super frustrated every day at work and just you're losing all motivation because you didn't get the promotion. But then on top of that, even deeper down, you might start to wonder if there is something wrong with you, that you might never actually have the skills, the abilities, the leadership qualities that they're looking for, that maybe you don't actually have the it factor that would qualify you for that next level of director or VP, and that you could potentially be stuck where you are forever. And I've heard it from so many women who I talk to about the Get Paid for Your Passion method who don't even know if like they'll ever cut it, no matter what they do, no matter how hard they work, no matter how many trainings they take. And that is a dark place. That is a dark place to exist. And I have been there myself as well. Years ago, when I was really desperate to leave the newspaper, they were going through layoffs and I was just over that career and I really wanted to change, but I didn't know what to do. I had applied to a bazillion different jobs and I actually was a finalist for one that felt at the time like it would be a dream job. It felt so perfect. I was really excited for it. Everything about it felt aligned. But the other finalist was one of my dear friends who might even be listening here. We are still friends today. So she was the other finalist, and I was really stressed about, like, okay, what's going to happen if I get it and she doesn't? And while I wanted her to be happy, I wanted the job more. Well, then the other thing happened. She got the job. And I tried to be happy for her, but man, I was in a really, really dark place at that time. And losing that job sent me into a downward spiral that took me literally months to recover from. I was crying honestly daily for a little while and I felt pretty hopeless. Like I don't know what's possible for me. I couldn't see any other way out of a job that I hated and I didn't really have any direction on where I wanted to go. So, before we get into what happened after that, I want to talk first about why that spiral occurred. Because I know for many of you, you might be in that place. You might be in that spiral where you got passed over and you're just like, I don't even really know what to do. You've lost motivation. You're not really sure why you're even doing the job you're in before anyway. And so, first, my question for you is why are you letting a promotion determine how you feel? And this is the heart of what we talk about here on the School of Self Worth. but it is such a big one for Asian American women. And a lot of that comes from the culture that we grow up with. There's an emphasis on education, success, and family honor, like the collective, the whole, and everyone being proud of you. And then there's this facade where you're supposed to also be very humble, like to be modest and don't brag, but you're definitely working harder than everybody else. So when you have this cultural background, it can feel especially humiliating when you don't get the promotion because your family is asking you about it. Everyone's talking about it. They can't wait to brag about you. Like, even though you don't brag about yourself, your family will definitely brag about you. But this background and this culture also teaches you from a young age that your power is outside of yourself. Your power comes from the school that you go to, the success in your job. It is connected to how much money you're making. And that's why there's so much emphasis on the kind of career that you're choosing into your accomplishments. But what it actually teaches you is to give your power and self worth away to external things like your job, your promotions, your success, your salary. And so when you don't get promoted, what happens? You crash and burn. You lose sight of who you are. You don't even know who you are because it's all wrapped up in climbing the ladder and doing things because you are also probably highly successful in every other measure. People are like, "What's wrong with you? Like, why are you upset? You're so successful. You're so smart. You're doing things so much faster than everybody else." But you cannot see that. So, we're here to address that part of it. And here is a really simple hack to get yourself out of that spiral, which is an important place for you to move out of. And now, before I get into it, a warning because this one is not easy. All of my clients work on this in the Get Paid for Your Passion method. It is a major block that keeps them from progressing at work, and it can be really, really tough to get your mind around. And it is super essential for you to get back on track and for you to really understand who you are and to go forward in a really powerful way in your career and in your life. So here it is. You're going to love exactly where you are in your career right now. You're not going to wish that you did get the promotion or that the other person didn't get the promotion. And you're not going to wish that your life is any different, that you have a different job, that you have a different boss, a different leadership team, a different life at home, personal life. You're not going to wish any of those moving parts of your life or anything except for where they are right now. So I'm going to take you back to that moment where I was crying every day because I didn't get that job. Um, Now looking back, I am so grateful I did not get that job. If I had gotten that job, I would never have done so many of the things that I have done since then because after that happened, I kept looking around. I was really disheartened by the job opportunities. And so I decided to go to yoga teacher training. And at the time, I really didn't think I was going to be a yoga teacher, but I did decide to go. And that yoga teacher training changed my life. It put me on the pathway of personal development and growth. It allowed me to really learn to lead my life powerfully, to speak in front of people, to own my voice in a totally different way. And ultimately, everything I did from that moment has led me to being right here in this particular moment, talking to all of you on my podcast, The School of Self Worth. And I would not give up for anything, all of those lessons that I have learned and everything that I have gone through since that point in my career. It's led me to write 3 books. It's led me to have this really incredible business with so many amazing clients. And I actually, the other day, ran into an old student who said to me, "Nicole, I've been thinking about you." And mind you, I have not taught a yoga class in more than 2 years now. She said, "Nicole, I was thinking about you because whenever I've been going through hard times, I always think, but I can do 10 wheels." I used to teach a lot of wheels when I taught yoga for any of my yoga students listening. And it made me laugh. I was like, wow, like I really made an impact on her life. I taught her how powerful and strong she is. And she's still resonating with that message to today. And none of that would have happened if I had gotten that job. We often do not know why things happen the way that we do. And our human brains get really hung up on this. We want to know exactly why. But it's important for you to understand you don't know why, and you will eventually see why. And it is so important for you to start to see your life in that direction that I don't know why, and there will be something important for me to see and learn here. Because the truth is, you are always creating your reality, and you are truthfully exactly where you need to be to learn what you need to learn. And you might be like, oh my God, Nicole, I don't want to learn anything. I just want the job or I just want the promotion. I know. But I will say, nobody likes being in a breakdown. I have never liked any of the many breakdowns I've had over the years. And everything important I have ever learned about myself has come from a breakdown. In that moment where I didn't get that job, I had to pick myself back up. I had to really be like, okay, what am I passionate about? What do I want to do? What's calling me? Going to that yoga teacher training was a very early intuitive hit. I started to really be like, okay, like how could I have a life and a career that feels fun and different? And so I'm not saying that you all need to leave your jobs, but I'm telling you the story so that you can understand that whatever lesson is in there for you is going to show itself at some point. Will it show itself today? Will it show itself in 6 months, in a year, in 5 years? We don't know. And eventually, you will see exactly why you did not get that promotion. You will see exactly why you are in the place you are in right now in your life. You will see why you have been challenged the way you've been challenged because you are being asked to step into a different level of who you are. And again, that's not an easy request. It's not an easy thing to rise up into, being a different level of ourselves. And I know for myself, every time I have been asked to do that, it is worth it. 100% worth it. And so, feeling like you are in this place when you're going into a challenging mental space, it's so important to be like, okay, like I don't know why I'm learning this right now. And there is something here for me to see. And if you can keep being curious about what it is time for you to see and to learn, I promise you're going to get something so interesting out of there that will expand you and help you grow and bring you to that next level of your life. So today, it really is time for you to choose. Choose to love your career exactly as it is right now and all the steps that have brought you to where you are right now. And then choose to love that you will continue to learn more and more about yourself in this journey and this direction that you're going. And that is how you will no longer feel helpless or out of control. Okay, friends, I would love to know what you got from this episode. So please share with me your thoughts. DM me at Nicole Song on Instagram or screenshot this and share it with a friend so that they can really tune into all of what we're talking about and the conversations we're having here on the podcast. And if you are a high achieving Asian American corporate leader who's been passed over for promotion and you really want to nail the next promotion cycle and learn the exact step by step for that to occur, DM me promoted on Instagram at Nicole Song, and I've got something over there for you. Friends, thanks so much. I can't wait to see you again. I'll see you next week.